Yeah, this looks good, but yeah, this is like the only angle or only place where I could like put this phone. But welcome to my channel. My name is Psylocke. I spell it that way, Pxyloq, and it's like the first video for my channel. So I'm introducing myself. Um, I think right now, like, obviously, if you've seen any of like my things, I'm into pixel art, so I do like mostly pixel art. That's like the mostly comfortable with drawing in that style. But I also do enjoy. I can draw anything really, or I'm open to like learning how to draw or make anything mostly. But I'm also like into spirituality and currently going on a spiritual journey. So there's a lot of like things I'm learning and new, and it's kind of crazy with like everything that's happening so far, like with like the eclipse and all this stuff and the earthquakes. And it's actually a beautiful time to be alive, be like, just be or like, just be like a person, right? And like, I'm definitely not perfect because we still have things that we gotta work on. But now I just feel that supercharged energy, and it's kind of interesting because it's like you could like be careful to get kind of caught up in like that trap of like, you know. But it's like of like doing too much where like you wanna just go and do it and you're doing it and doing it. And for me, I think uh, one of the things that has been like pretty um, hard is like consistency, but also just being brave enough to just put yourself out there. Slowly but surely, I was doing that. Uh, Once I figure out all this stuff, like putting my TikTok and everything on my phone, should be fine. But um, yeah, like I did it a little bit. I've always kind of been more of the person who is in the background, in the shadows, kind of more so the person who wants to. I'll show you the stuff that I made, but everything you won't really be able to see me. But I realized, like, you know, I was kind of under the guise of just trying to not show myself because there was a lot of self-love things. And the week leading up into the eclipse, I just had that boost of just, I was just depressed and I had like the doubt. And now I'm just like, you know, uh, even like, for my hair, me, my body. But I realized like the more you try to practice self-love and the more you try to understand what you have to do, like at least in order to make yourself better, like you will have to like start to. It is take a lot of action to get to that point. So this may not be perfect. It's not about being perfect or a perfect video or anything. And I do prefer to kind of move around and walk around anyway. Even though I do like stationary as well. That's how I used to kind of do it. I've had multiple different like YouTube channels of different forms. But it's like not all of them. Not all of them have shown me. Many of them were focused on content, like a specific like photography, which I'm also into as well. Um, for those if you know me personally, that's like the first thing that I got into that was like more like artistic. I've always been really artistic, but it's just more me branching out to different stuff. And I think I was learning about like simplicity and learning to kind of stand on my own. And I know a lot of people just like you know may or may not like understand or get it, but yeah, like being like homeless sucks. Like currently I am homeless, and it does look like I'm not like right because like me and my partner we've been like blessed and also just fortunate enough to be smart enough to figure out how to survive. In the beginning, it was definitely a lot more rougher, but I would say like we've been able to figure out ways to like survive. Now now I'm kind of at that point now where it's like, yeah, I've kept coming, going to these jobs, I kept, you know, putting in my all, but something is just like every time I go there, one, either they're on some BS, and or two, like I just don't feel satisfied, especially if you put in a lot of work for what you're supposed to be working to. You're supposed to be like feeling like you put in all the work and then you get more. You get like what you earn back, but that model just doesn't resonate with me much anymore. And then I've been wondering why, like, oh, because before I wasn't always the best like job getter sometimes, like, but when I got like a little bit older, like probably past like 18, probably like towards like early 20s, it was like, oh, uh, I got this, and it was like easy. There's still things that I can get and do, you know, um, but I know like I'm not like learning to like not limit myself too. I think it's just more so like with certain things, certain limitations, with stuff like transportation, yeah, and other things as well. But it's kind of pushed me to a point where, because it's like, yeah, you could be like, oh well, you could just do it, and it's like, yeah, you go everywhere, but sometimes it's just people's preferences, or it's just terrible. So I've kind of been, everything's been kind of pushing me and been like, you have all this time in the world, you have all this time and everything to just go and literally start your own stuff. So this is like proof that like motivating and also just pushing me to just start my own stuff, because it's like you got all the time in the world right now, and you might as well, right, push yourself. And it's difficult, but this feels like more rewarding, and I can be on my own time than to just try to be under somebody and stuff. So that's like, I feel like a really good power, really good like gaining your power back type of moment. And I have a few friends who are already doing content. Shout out to Earth, shout out to Josiah. He's already been doing good and stuff. I know he's doing his like own thing. He's doing like video game tournaments and stuff, and that's his passion too, as well as doing content. Me, I already like to just do art and content. And shout out to Earth, he's doing content and renovating places and stuff, because and learning how to do other skills. And I'm with it. I'd rather learn alternative skills like farming, and learning to grow things, learning to do, provide, and being a part of a community, because I feel like that's like so important right now. Um, I realize like the only person who's stopping me is me, and I'm realizing like now, like I'm kind of finding like ideas of how to do certain things and what I'm drawn to, and I realize like, yeah, it's so important to just do that for yourself. So yeah, this is like my first video, and I'm just like, this is what I wanted to say and speak on. Always comes from the heart, um, and that's like my whole main thing is, protect your heart. I always draw hearts in my art, and always like to leave them everywhere, because I feel like love is really the thing that's gonna like unite us together. So, and that's something that I'm really motivated to be on. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, um, and let love win, and let your frequency rise still. So